Okay, this is the second chapter for the Lemurian Healing Tools. I'll be talking about the Lemurian Harmonizers. So I'd like to talk about the harmonizers. Some of you, I have to go fast. I don't have much time here. So at the end, I'll leave for more questions, okay? This harmonizer here, just a sec, how are you doing? I forgot totally about here. Okay, I'm going to talk about this, and then I'm going to add this to you here laying down, so that you can see another way that you could use this as a healing tool, not just with the environment. This is called a Lemurian Healing Harmonizer, and it comes with this, which you're mostly familiar with this form already, but it comes with this plate. And on this plate you have the flower of life in gold. Okay, so you use this harmonizer, which creates a toroidal field over in the center of this flower of life. This little globe is based on how your energy field flows. We have this enormous toroidal field around our body as it goes through our prana tube. And the same thing with this little globe. It has a little coil in the center also. And in the larger ones, we have a Lemurian crystal within the center. Okay, you can get this is called the Environmental Harmonizer. You have this size, which is the lost cubit harmonizer, and you also have this side, which is based on the sacred cubit. And it has also the Lemurian crystal. The Lemurian crystal will help you connect with higher guidance. This crystal also helps you to align your divine purpose and the divine purpose of the land, and also to help the connection with the angelic realms. So it enhances immensely the work of this harmonizer when you add the crystal to it. So let me talk about the field that it creates, and why would you choose this size against another bigger size. The harmonizer, when it's just sitting here, it's just sitting right here, it's going to work and clear this room in a radius of 30 feet. Okay, so if you have it just sitting in your house, it might get practically your whole house. Okay, but when we add music to it, it expands the energy field. In this size, it can be, depending on the area, of a radius of up to 20, or a diameter of up to 20 miles all around. And what it's doing, it's taking all the low frequencies, elevating up through the center, transmuting it, and returning it to the environment in light. So this is how it's working. It's also not only going in this direction, but it's also going in this direction. So what it's going to be working with is the elements on the land, water, and air, clearing pollution. So that was big work that was done in the past that Slim Sperling did with clearing the water, clearing the air of many different cities. One of the things that happened is that the frequency on Earth has raised tremendously, especially after the end of 2012. So if you were to measure the energy coming off these harmonizers, they were at a certain frequency, and now Mother Earth has surpassed the frequency of the harmonizer. So when you use this little disc, and this is how I was guided with my guides and angels, to do this upgrade of adding the flower of life, to raise the frequency and to calibrate the harmonizers. When you use the flower of life, there is no limit to the frequency. It will adjust to the necessary frequency of the land. The other thing, when you're working with the land, you must always do this work as an offering. Okay, so even if you put this in your house, as you set it on your altar, a center place in your house, you always offer it. May I offer this to the Deva, the spirit of my house, of my land. When you play the sound or the music that's going to expand the energy field to 20 miles, okay, you're going to offer it to the Deva of the air, of the water, and of the land, so it will help transmute any polluted molecules. So when we start using the bigger size, like the Sacred Cubit 1, it can get up to 80 miles. and the lost cubit to 100. It depends on the terrain also. If you live in a very mountainous area, it might not go as far as when you live on a very flat, like Florida, for example. So one of the ways for you to know how far your harmonizer how far it's extending out to this field, you could use something like this, which is a Dowser's graph and a pendulum. Are any of you familiar with using a pendulum? So you can ask, how many miles am I affecting? Okay, how many miles does my harmonizer affect? And you can see here, and right now, for example, if I had the music on, it would be up to 40 miles. So you can check in that sense with your pendulum. And one of the CDs that comes with it is this CD here, which is called the Lemurian Resonance CD, and it's the frequency of a molecule of water in a rain cloud. And so you're clearing the air, the water, and the land with simply water, clear and original blueprint of water that hasn't been altered. So that's what you're using. Now you don't have to just use the CD. This CD is a frequency, so it doesn't have a pretty sound. It's like, so you can put the volume down as low as you want, so you barely hear it, but it's still working. One of the ways to work with the land, especially if you live in big cities, is during the night. And so if you let it play, you can download it on your iPod, and you can play it all night, okay? You put in auto reverse and just let it play. And you'll see the difference the next day when you wake up. You'll see the air clearer and clearer. Once in Brazil, because I taught this work, because I teach geobiology, clearing the land, which is how to use all these tools and how to work with Mother Earth. And I arrived in Brazil after being gone for 5 years, and I arrived in São Paulo, and the pollution was that brown, thick cloud over the city. And I'm going, what are my students? No one's working here. And I arrived at the house where I was going to stay, and it was on Friday, and I started playing the CD with the frequency of molecule of water, along with the harmonizer, and by Sunday, the sky was crystal clear. Me, one person, okay? So it's amazing what you can do with these tools. And these larger ones, you would use if you live in a bigger city that you want to reach more of that area. Also, if you have plantations and you'd like to work with any of your crops, to help. What it also does is brings back the natural bugs of the environment, okay? Everything that you need so that the crop can grow healthy. So it's not only the soil, it's also bringing back the balance to the soil. What I would use here on Olga, in terms if I was working with a person, I could put this at her crown chakra. So, can you see me here? So I would put this here on her crown chakra, and I would allow this to continue to work with her, transmuting any dense energy within her body, okay, and opening up the light within her. Okay. Another thing that you can use, another size that we have, is the personal harmonizer. And a lot of people ask, well, can I use the personal harmonizer in the environment? So, well, you can, but it's not appropriate. This is what it says. It says, personal, it's for you. So as you wear it, okay, it's going to create the same toroidal field about a radius of 3 feet around you, okay, and which is going to be constantly working with transmuting the dense energy within you, so toxins within us also, okay. So that's really important. So it's going to be your personal. You can use it in front of a CD player, okay, and it would probably get to a mile more or less, but know that this is yours, working with your energy, so you don't want to broadcast that into the environment. You want to leave this just for you. But some people have used it, and so one of the things you would have to clear it, okay, so one of the ways to clear it is with intention. You can blow on it to clear, okay? You can not only blow it, but then touch the ground here, the earth. That helps ground the energy before you would use this on your land, okay? And it's not something that you would lend out to other people. So, oh, I'm going to wear it a little bit, my husband will use it a little bit, my daughter will use it a little, or my friend's not well. It really connects with your energy. So that's one of the things I've noticed by working with this personal harmonizer.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Now, yesterday when we were doing the healing, the chanting, Drew Mello said that digital music is actually dead because it's been digitized, and so it really doesn't have any healing effects. Now, would you say that's the same with these frequencies off the CDs, or?
No. We're working together, okay? These are what they call transitional tools, okay? You still need to connect your heart, your energy, and your intention, and you're working together. So you are connected to it as you're working. So that is overcoming the problems of just putting a CD and letting it play, okay? You do need to use your intention. I'm going to play right now. This is a CD. It's called the sound wave frequency for Mother Earth. And it was my husband who did it. And we created this with the intention to help. They were for the tools and to help clear Mother Earth. And this is him playing something that's called a monochord on a sound wave bed, and with some, with him toning, okay? So I'd like you now just to feel this. I'm going to offer this sound frequency through the harmonizer here. I'm going to offer it to each one of you, and you can allow it or not. It's into you. And what it does, it opens up to the angelic realms and allows the frequencies that you need for your energy field to align you, okay? So just feel this a minute. I'm going to play it. So I'm creating this enormous toroidal field that can be up to 80 miles here. Let me just check. Depends on the terrain. So as I use here, this harmonizer with this song, how many miles will it be reaching? I'm getting 70 miles. So that's how far this will be working with, and plus all of you.